Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to MapleLeafCustoms. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:49 scale Matchbox Superfast Hellraiser, which was produced from 1975 to 1978. This one is number MB55 from the first run, in white with red interior, stars and stripes, decals on the hood, clear glass, and superfast wheels. But first things first, I invite you to pour a hot cup of coffee, sit back, relax, enjoy a little jazz, and a customization of this classic superfast casting. Mine is simply showing its age, as is to be expected with any of these toys that are approaching 50 years old. It's a metal base, which I like to work with. The one-piece chromed engine comes out. I'm going to have to strip that down and clean it up. And there's no damage to the one-piece sport interior, but it sure needs a brushing and a cleaning too, as does the windshield, showing some scratches but no cracks. You know, I think the hardest move in this whole hobby is to do a straight-up restoration, because you've got to nail every detail and a perfect color match, etc., etc., and I much prefer to do a customization and put my own mark on these cars, which is what I'm going to try to do for you today. There's a pic of the second run of the Hellraiser in metallic blue. Today's community shout-out goes to PB's Retro Restorations. Peter Button comes out of Australia, and it's a fantastic channel that I enjoy immensely. Click on his bald head, as he would tell you himself, and get all subbed up and watch his marvelous creations. I put a link in the description below, and if you haven't already gone by to visit Peter, get crack-a-lackin' and do it right now. Thank you. Part of the breakdown is cleaning up all the parts that come with accumulated years of dust and oil and slight damages. And as per normal, I'm going to do a little bit of TLC on this windshield. My preferred method is to use some wet dry sandpaper, and you'll see here after just 10 seconds with 1000 grit, it comes up very well, but I continue with 1500 and 2500 and 3000, and then I dip it in the Pledge Revive floor polish, which gives it a nice permanent shine and a little bit of protection as well. The casting spent the overnight inside the paint stripping gel, and it comes off very nicely, as does the chrome, after dropping it in this mystery solution that I found while on vacation this summer. It's just a standard kitchen cleaning solution, but it's wicked toxic, and it just strips off the chrome on the engine, as well as does a beautiful decalking job on the metal base. That was a great find, and very lucky, because I just wanted the spray bottles, and I was going to dump all that down the drain. The regular attention with the Dremel tool, wire brush, and Scotch-Brite attachments is applied now. I always wear protective eyewear when I do this, so if you're learning the hobby, I really want to emphasize take all the safety steps that you need to. It's common sense, really, and it's not an inconvenience at all. The flitz polish is applied, and it's always I take a breath, because the first thing that happens is it goes black. You think, what on earth have I done? But in a couple moments, the black turns to a beautiful shine, and this one turned out just great. Into the spray booth, and I'm starting by applying a metallic silver base to the casting, and while the fan is on and ventilating the room, I re-chrome the engine with a spray can, and I'm mixing up some Tamiya Clear Orange with a little bit of thinner and some flow improver. And you'll see that it comes out of the airbrush beautifully. This is just a 0.3 needle. As always, start with the underneath and some tack coats. Very light is what that means. And then layer upon layer, build it up until you get the depth and the darkness of the color that you're after. In my opinion, the thing that lets the Superfast cars down the most is the wheels that are the same on every single one of them. And because this is a customization, I printed my own 3 different sets, and I posted these on my social media sites to let you vote on which one you thought looked best, and I'll show you the winner in a moment. But I put them all together and chromed them all up and painted them all while I was waiting for the survey results to come back. I've also changed up the decal a little bit on the front. I'm not American, and I'm not anti-American either, but I just changed the red, white, and blue stripes to this monochromatic black and white to more closely match the new color scheme. Everything's been clear-coated and set up and cured before I handle it like this to apply some exterior details, including taillights and my channel logo on the bottom of the chassis. And the winner was set number 2, not by a long shot. It was very close between 2 and 3, and they'll all make an appearance in some future custom job. But I painted them up, and they look like this, but you see a little bit of play back there, and now I've got to figure out some scheme for spacers. And I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll use these dollar store beads. They're no cheap jewelry beads made out of plastic, but they're round, and so I smooth them out on both sides to get more of a disc shape, thus removing all of my fingerprints at the same time, and they're going to work just fine. One of the most enjoyable parts of the whole process is the reassembly and putting all the parts that I've worked on and cleaned up and customized back together. In this case, it's a very simple and straightforward process. All the little bits go in just as they should, and it's all held together and in place by the metal chassis that clicks tongue and groove style in the back, and the singular machine screw goes in the front. It's still a roller. So those 3D wheels did the trick, and I think they look just great on this type of fantasy car design. You get a good look from front to back and top to bottom now of the new paint job and the decal scheme. Clear coated gives it a beautiful shine. I think the wheels turned out very good. Black interior now more matches the look, and re-chromed engine. It's all bright and shiny as I hoped it would be, in stark contrast to what it was a couple of days ago on my bench. Looking kinda dog-eared and worn. Wow. I have to say I'm very, very happy with the way this one came out in the end. I'd be happy to have that in my collection, wouldn't you? The glamour shots show off all of the little custom touches that I put on here. So now it's a one-of customization. And in the diorama lights, it's just glistening and sparkling. One of the greatest satisfactions for me is to put these in a custom card blister pack, and I'll take this to my local Goodwill store and hand deliver it to the proprietor. He gives them out to little boys and girls, and I hope it'll make their day. Thanks for visiting my channel today. I invite you to come back soon and often. It's coffee time.